Hey, Kurt Scott here at Buddy Pegs, and I want to talk to you about picking the right bike for your 2-year-old child. Balance bikes. Have you heard of them? I hope so, because they are amazing. And they've completely revolutionized the way that kids learn to ride bikes. By taking off the pedals, we can really focus on the balance first method of teaching a child how to ride. But you want to make sure you know about all the different balance bikes out there, because they're not all created equally. The bike that I'm pointing to up here is made by Womb Bikes. It's one of the nicest high quality balance bikes out there. And you might ask yourself, well, what's the difference, right? Balance bikes are balance bikes. It's not true. A couple things to keep in mind. First of all, tires. This is a real tube and tire. A lot of the balance bikes out there have hard plastic wheels. Now, the hard plastic wheels are great because you're never going to get a flat, but they're very slippery. So if you're going to be riding it all off-road, and it's super fun for kids to ride on dirt on balance bikes, or you're riding somewhere where there's some gravel on the road that might create some slipperiness, or you're riding inside and there's some polished concrete, those hard plastic wheels tend to slide around quite a bit, where the real tires and tubes, pneumatic tires, have a lot of grip and they act like suspension. So if a child's riding on some bumpy ground or a mountain bike trail, it actually acts as a little bit of a shock absorber for them, which is great because they have more fun and they want to ride more. Okay, we want to be thinking about the height of the bikes. You'll notice that this bike goes way low. So if you do want to introduce balance bikes to one of your kiddos, at the earliest stages, you're really going to need a bike that is low slung like this. These bikes also have handbrakes, which is fantastic. And believe you me, kids at 2 years old can be taught how to ride a handbrake. They use them all the time, and that builds good habits that come into play later on when they start pedaling on their own. So we're really strong believers in adding that handbrake right away and teaching those good habits. And in general, when you look at this bike, you'll just notice that it's made like a regular bike. So it has a real headset, it has real handlebars, it has real hubs in the middle of the wheels. Everything is just really high quality, which creates a very light bike and a very durable bike. So they last so long. They get passed down from child to child, and they hold their value if you were going to sell it used after your child's done with it. One last thing I want to tell you about the 12-inch wheel bike. 12-inch meaning this is the diameter of the wheel here. 2 years old, 12-inch wheel, that's what we're talking about. I want to talk to you about when your seat starts to look like this and your kid's still riding this bike. This is a 2-year-old bike. At 3 years old, we really strongly recommend going up to a 14-inch wheel bike. We see it all the time. Kids keep riding their balance bikes long past their 3rd birthday. And that's okay if they're having fun on it, but just know that it is too small for them, and that can create some safety hazards. So when a child is riding a bike with the seat post way up and their body is way high above the wheels, the center of mass of their body is not being controlled by the wheels as it's intended to be. So the wheels can act like shopping cart wheels, because they've got this huge mass up here, and they're not really designed to carry all that much weight. When a child is ready for that bigger wheel size, which again typically is at that 3rd birthday, they go up to a bigger wheel size. The wheel protects them, keeps them safe, keeps them tracking the way they want to, the way they're intending to ride, and they have more fun. So don't stretch out the balance bike longer than it needs to be. If a child isn't ready for pedals and they go to a bigger wheel size and that bike has pedals on it, just take the pedals off, because any bike can become a balance bike. You don't have to have one that's specifically purpose-built for that. So there you have it. A little summary of what to look for in a 2-year-old bike, and we'll see you down here at Buddy Pegs. Keep your thumbs up and the rubber side down.